Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Andre and this channel is all about men's self-improvement. So if you're interested in that, then subscribe, my brother, and let's not waste any time. Alright guys, I have to say it. We have an epidemic of weak men, a generation that has created soft men. And it's not our faults for being raised to be weak. We were children, so we had no say in it, but it is our fault if we stay weak. It is our fault if we never seek to grow, to challenge ourselves to become the best version of ourselves. Something that has troubled me for a very long time, and that is, most men seem to have a defeatist mindset. Men now seem to have a victim mindset. And to be honest, this isn't just a problem for men, it's a problem for women as well, because most women also seem to have a defeatist mindset. They also seem to have a victim mindset. Everyone seems to be competing in the oppression Olympics. I genuinely do not know how long this has been going on for, but to me, I started noticing this around 2013, how men started to dress effeminate, how it was acceptable to show over the top emotions, and not be stoic. People try to brush it off as it's nothing and you're living in the 1950s. Well, to be honest, people seem to be happier in the 1950s. People would get married young. There would be a solid family unit. The entire family would gather around on Sundays and have a great time. Now, it's all materialistic stuff. It's all consumerism. Divorce is at an all-time high, with marriage being at an all-time low. Rates of depression and anxiety are at an all-time high. It seems like all that's pushed now is to just work and work, then spend and spend, never taking the time to slow down and enjoy the beauty of life. Most people, but I'm specifically going to talk about men here, most men seem unable to get over their own insecurities. They seem crippled by their insecurities and they have no fire to overcome it. They label themselves on their insecurities, on their negatives or perceived negatives. So if they are short, they label themselves as a short man. They blame their lack of success in dating, in work, in life down to that one specific feature about themselves, that they are short. If they are bald, they do the same thing. If they are overweight, they do the same thing. What happened to labeling yourself in a positive way? Even though I don't think we should label ourselves as anything, because as humans we are multifaceted people with interest in several subjects and fields, but if we were to label ourselves, why don't we label ourselves as positive characteristics? So instead of saying you are a short person, say you are a resilient person. Instead of saying you are a bald person, say you are a strong person. Instead of saying I'm the overweight guy, just say, I might be overweight now, but I will be the muscular guy. Because the former thinking leads to a negative spiral. You're always in your head thinking about how you are not good enough, how you do not measure up, pun not intended, how other people are better than you. This leads you to not try to improve, which leads to lack of self-discipline. Next thing you know, you are depressed. You watch adult videos every night. You eat junk food, you sleep late, you wake up late. You don't go to the gym, and everything about you at this point is terrible. Which makes you even more depressed, which leads to doing all those stuff more and more. It's just a vicious cycle that will continue and continue if you don't put a stop to it. The compounding issue is that society wants you to be weak. Because weak men are easy to control, they are docile, have no spirit, no fight. All they do is go to work and pay taxes, go down the pub on the weekends and repeat. You never see men's issues being talked about on mainstream media. The fact that 4K men commit suicide each year, yet there is very little help for them. We receive mixed messages from the media which says it's okay for men to cry. It's okay for men to be overweight. It's okay for men to be weak. It's okay for men to wear a dress. It's okay for men to wear makeup. The justification is that anything manly is toxic, and you shouldn't be a toxic man. When you challenge the narrative, you are labeled as all sorts of names. Their reasoning is we all should be allowed to wear whatever we want. Well, we should be allowed to wear whatever we want. I fully agree with that. We as humans should have pure and true freedom, but just because we have the ability to wear whatever we want does not mean that we should wear whatever we want. You have to be really self-aware. You need to understand how wearing an item of clothing makes you look, what it portrays to the world. If we truly live in a world where you have freedom to wear what you want and be who you want, then why is it called toxic if a man wants to be a masculine man? We often hear you shouldn't care about what other people think, or I don't care what other people think, which is a complete lie. If everyone was honest with themselves, they would admit that they care what other people think about themselves. If you genuinely didn't care what others thought, you wouldn't seek attention. Think about it, if someone genuinely didn't care, would they try to stand out? Would they try to seek attention online? Or would they just go about their life doing what they want to do in silence? There's that saying, I'm moving in silence. The people who use that quote are always the ones that move the loudest. So lads, time to break this nonsense. It's time you claimed your masculinity, stepped into your greatness, started by doing the things you want to actually do. Switch of all this wusho garbage, all this woke stuff, turn the TV off, stop watching adult videos, stop listening to crap music, stop eating crap, and slowly. And this is the key, do it slowly. Don't try to do the New Year's type of resolution thing, where you try to change everything at once, because you will end up back where you started. Do it slowly and do it gradually. Start changing yourself for the better, a day at a time. Remember, garbage food, garbage shows, garbage music leads to a garbage mind and body. Try to be the best in an industry that you are really passionate about. So if that's coding, try to be a world-class coder. If it's being a personal trainer, try to be a world-class personal trainer. Whatever industry and field you have an interest in, try to be the best in that industry. Make yourself a 10-year plan with small monthly goals which all accumulate to you achieving the big goal. Start working on your insecurities. They are only insecurities if you see them as insecurities. If you don't see them as insecurities, then they are no longer insecurities. Say you are short, you are 5 feet 5, and this was your biggest insecurity. Then you would react when people called you short, and once people see that they can get a reaction from you, they are going to keep attacking you on it. But if you don't react because it's not an insecurity of yours, it doesn't bother you, you can turn back and say, "Nah, I'm taller than everyone when I stand on my money." The aim of the game is to not give other people arsenal against you, to not give them the ability to annoy and aggravate you. I'm telling you guys, you need to fully overcome your insecurities. You see all these women that are consumed by their insecurities. They go out and get all this plastic surgery, end up looking like a plastic doll. When you see their before picture, they really looked good, but they didn't see it. It's the same with you guys look good. Don't end up going down this trap where you eventually look like a plastic doll and not a real human being. Your insecurities are your insecurities. No one knows about them, unless you tell them. People don't spotlight your flaws. They see you as the entire human package. It's only until you tell them about your insecurities. Another thing, say if you have children but you never overcame your insecurities or your weak mindset, then what kind of a role model are you for your kids? What kind of mindset are you teaching your children, especially your son? All you are doing is continuing the cycle. So break free from this weak mindset. Start doing hard things, challenging things, as David Goggins says. Start pushing yourself and you will be amazed by what you can achieve. If you go full throttle towards your fears, if you start improving as a man, then in 5 years' time you will be unrecognizable. Well, that's the video. Hope you found it helpful. If so, then subscribe and give it a like. Let me know what you thought in the comments section below. Check out this video that's on screen now, and remember to keep hustling, lads. You got this.